Okay, hello there, and welcome back to Level of Life. My name's TreWinter, and today we're going to be playing some Pillars of Eternity. It's a game I started playing when it first came out, but it was so clunky and slow it was virtually unplayable once the encounters got a bit more hectic. So we're just going to start anew. Let's keep it. Let's go for normal. I don't think easy seems a bit of a cop out. I mean, I've played enough Baldur's Gate. I should be all right. But then again, I haven't played any Baldur's Gate in a long time, so I've been mollycoddled by the modern world of RPGs. But no, I was really loving the vibe of this as far as I got in it last time. Really harks back to that sort of old Black Isle sort of feel. I mean, even down to this, like this feels like Baldur's Gate. No, still some reasonably heavy load times, even now. I've got endurance to deal with, so let's just introduce some more modern RPG concepts, I guess. Come on now.
5 wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night. Their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern is only protection against the encroaching darkness.
I see. I like this scrolling text.
But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know.
Some real theatre of the mind shit.
The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
So I'm going to try and keep stum during dialogue in this first video. I'm hoping you can hear it, because I've got the game volume quite low. I'll rectify it in future videos, so this one will probably be quite short, just in case we plough way too far into the story without you being able to hear anything. So, okay, that'll do us. Oh yeah, there's some strange species. I always like it when they put these extra races into RPG games, but I never choose them for some reason. It doesn't feel right. Like I still feel like I want to be one of the sort of better known races and discover things that go on. Like this guy. Like, I mean, you know, I'm just gonna find it hard to relate to this as my character. I just like I can deal with an elf. I can deal with a human, you know, dwarves, because we know how they're meant to sort of act. It's reasonably established. Still, for better or for worse, I think I'm going to go human. Metafolk. Oh, we get so specific abilities even within the classes. Fighting Spirit. Once per encounter, 5 seconds after being reduced below 50 endurance. Folk temporarily gain bonuses. Yeah, okay. Accuracy and damage there. Oh, no. Oh, they are the same. Okay. Let's go with this for now. What do I want to be? And I mean, in more modern RPGs, I tend to play roguish sort of characters, but I think in in this old school, you know, D&D shit, I think I will die pretty fast. Chance, what's that? Oh, is that a... oh no. Some magic sort of dude. He's still got a big old axe there, though. Is it sort of like a... Is it sort of a warlock, is it? I don't know. I play monks as well, but again, I don't think I'm ready for that. Let's see what we've got. Barbarians, as you'd expect, pretty much, just very athletic, strong. I also struggle with playing paladins. It's like a decent class, but it's just doesn't seem my vibe. Oh, this guy's Cypher. A recent discovery in the Eastern Reach, Cyphers were once called Brishalgoin, mind hunters. Cyphers have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's... it's all a bit... I think I'm going to go Ranger. Presuming that Rangers are how I understand them and you get some melee as well. I think that's what I'm going to roll with. Could just keep it super simple. No, let's go Ranger. You get an animal companion, so got an extra dude basically. Yeah. Right. Oh, I forgot how sort of how much you need to know about the game when creating characters in these old ones. Like, you know, it's so easy to have just a complete non-starter of a character. Damage bonus against a single target, so that's like having a mark or wounding shot. Just some serious damage. I think that's worth doing. Focus fire, basically. Well, I don't know. I mean, when given the option of a selection of animals and what's going to be your animal companion, I consider it imprudent not to pick a bear if a bear is available. Oh, stag, though. That could be cool. Yeah. Yeah, let's have a stag. I spent most of Dragon Age Inquisition riding around on a stag, and it was pretty damn cool. Animal companion name. Well, I tell you what. I'll be the Crib, and TreWinter can be the stag. Right. So, as a ranger... Oh, I see, I want... Okay, well... Can I bring some of these down? Oh, intellect's recommended as well. You recommend a lot of stats here. It's a resolve. What does that do for me? Internal drive, determination, fearlessness. That can come down. I just feel like... Oh no, so... What does dexterity do for me then? Action speed with all attacks. Oh, so that's the speed at which I fire. Perception is going to be my accuracy. So I think actually my damage from the bow even must be from might. So actually I think that is worth having higher. Intellect. It's always worth having some will defense, because as soon as magic starts coming into these things, you get riggedy wrecked, son. Let's go with that. That seems legit, and nothing is, you know, below 10, so nothing's an absolute disaster. Culture. Okay, so we get a few. Oh, I see. That really. Oh, these really changed the flavour. That's quite nice. All right. Well, I don't want to be a crossbow dude. Like, if I'm going to be a ranger, I want to be a bow dude. I don't know about this. And I quite liked that, to be honest. Resolve 1. This one I quite like. Might 1. Oh, actually, that might be worth doing, because you need to get them to multiples of 2, really. Then I can drop that to have my perception up here. Because I've got the +1 might from here, so I can have my full perception as well. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good idea, and I don't know, that's a nice starting look. I mean, obviously it's going to change, but just I like to look good from the start. Okay, survival, stealth and mechanics, stealth and survival. I mean, it just depends what I want to be, really. Go explorer, I think. You know, a roaming sort of ranger. But then, nah. Let's roll with it. I doubt these will make too much difference in the long run, but you know, I'm inevitably wrong about these things every single time. Right, let's see who we want to be. But it's important to you get your hair first. You work from there. It's a bit over elfish. I mean, I like that, but again, like, although I like being given the option for those sorts of things, like, they sort of take me out of the immersion of it quite a lot. I quite like that. That's ridiculous. Like, where's he getting the gel? Is it magic gel? I could just find someone in here, because this is what we're going to be staring at as us for the rest of the game, so guess we're probably better off finding something in here it sort of works for us, and then oh no, I'm well in the women folk now. Oh god. Oh, they really do put their sort of special races right to the forefront. What's this dude? I mean, look at it. I'm just going to struggle with it. Okay, we're going to end up looking like a dull dude. I mean, he looks pretty fantastical, but it's infuriating. It's when you know that the game's going to be super long, and I might be old. Could be old, couldn't I? It's all a bit anime in the hair department. I don't know about it. Where's just some normal hair? I mean, I guess that's about it, isn't it? But both look wrong. He's got a good look. Let's roll with him. The reliance on a portrait in these old ones, like, I don't know, there's always a discrepancy that I found that kind of hemmed you in no matter what they put in the character creator. I presume you can import an image. It doesn't seem to give me that option. In the old Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale games, you could always pull an image in. That's a look. Can deal with that. Oh, that's very green. They have not skimped on the sort of the tarty look of those old games, where every colour's just a bit too much. Like the blonde hair's too yellow, and like every colour you make your clothes is too purple, too green, to an absurd extent. I mean, I guess you're going to be looking at them like a little speck like this most of the time, so I guess it kind of helps, but let's roll with that. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Ah, voices. This is...
Hey there.
Now I am the leader of the group.
Well, that's just ridiculous.
Not a sound. Yeah. Follow me. Let's go. Steady does it.
Yeah?
I'll lead the way.
Charge! Easy now.
Hmm? Leading the way. Ha!
Easy now.
Oh?
They're all a
I
bit
shall lead us.
overblown. Isn't there just like a...
Ha!
Easy now.
Hey there. Watch and learn.
I'll teach you a lesson! Easy now.
Yes? Leading the way.
I think I have to roll with that. It's the least offensive. Der Crib. Ready for action. Alright. Here we go. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red moustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis. Well, like Nixon. Oh.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. In which case you'll be dead in a day.
So I've already got some sort of parasite. Is that what we're saying?
There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the inside.
Sounds good to me.
Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. Let's see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Where would I
Go
find
on
these
a bush that's
berries?
common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
Be remiss of me not to ask about these giant glowing green
You
crystals.
don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on.
Right, let's go and find these berries.
I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. If you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travellers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armour-clad woman who has spent the journey's night sleeping on uneven ground without blanket or pillow.
Kalisha! He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man.
All right.
Let's get going before
Here
you
we
keel
go.
over.
Let's get our bearings. Oh, okay. There is autosave. That's what I needed to know. Because back in the day, there wouldn't have been. Right, so there's someone who's meant to have supplies, right? Is it? Who is it? This dude? No. No.
I shall.
To hell with it. Ah. This guy looks like he... There we go.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Got a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Let's see what we got. Well, I suppose actually first we should see what literally we personally have got, shouldn't we? Inventory, is that... Okay, so got a bow there. I wonder if you need... if it's a game that counts your arrows. She looks like she can handle herself. I think we're probably alright for weapons. But let's see if he's got anything else. The only thing there I would have taken probably would have been the potion of regeneration, and we can't afford it, so let's forget about it. Off we trot. Oh, do we have a cheeky map? Yeah. Okay, let's head out. I'm going to keep the tutorials up just because in these old school RPGs, if you don't pay attention to the systems when they're explained to you, that's you done, really. Let's try and find some of these berries without straying too far from the camp. So try and keep maybe this side of the river. Oh, of course. Travellers maybe, or looters, or bandits. The corpse is cold to the touch, and a ripe smell wafts from its putrid waves. A dark, crusted blood stain besmirches its simple linen clothing. Oh, this guy's got some stuff. Cheeky leather armor. Cheeky lockpicks. How well am I equipped? Damage range 10. Yeah. Okay. So we are better off than these things would have us. So let's carry on as if nothing ever happened. Because you know that's what you want to find. When you're out looking for berries, is corpses. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, is there a cheeky quick save button? Because I have a feeling it's the kind of game where getting into that swing of things. F5 and F8, classics. Right. There'll be a lot of quick saving because I am a wuss, and there's no chance I'm going to Iron Man this. Oh, that's useful. You highlight things of worth.
This is recent. Not good.
That could be good. There's a beer. I'll have a beer. It's fine. The footprints around the campfire are indistinct and may have been here for days or longer. Got some mushrooms here. Okay, so it's got sort of potion crafting and things, which I don't recall being a big part of its sort of spiritual predecessors. So yeah, I've put a few modern twinges in already that we can see. Is this the edge? Yeah. Where are these berries at then? Maybe I don't want to have gone that way at all. Maybe I want to head up this way. That definitely felt right though.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
I'm going to check this way. I don't know if this is what you meant. Ooh. More mushrooms. It's a bit heavy mushroom based. Oh. Right. So yeah, classic sort of Baldur's Gate type stuff. So it's rather than being turn based or just actiony, it's, you know, pause it, decide what you're doing. So I presume we're only dealing with the one. So I guess I'm going to mark the prey. May as well get some stag carnage, because that sounds awesome. Guess you should just throw things down the old school way, lass. So then space will unpause it. Okay, so we've got some again, there's old school D&D concepts, different types of damage, piercing, bludgeoning, whatever. It's not just this does this damage. So we'll see. Well, we'll see how we're going. Yeah. That was reasonably deftly done. No one seems to have taken any damage. That's how you want those things to go down when they're those small encounters. A wolf, like, ideally, if you're if you're taking damage from the wolves, then you're probably doomed as soon as you start fighting, say, men or monsters. Oh, berries. There we go. We don't have to suffer this awful sickness anymore. Odema says you've had some interesting travels. We can sort of we can write our own sort of backstory to an extent. I think he's going to be a frontier man. Raiders destroyed my home. That seems about right. A damnable run of luck. Yeah, sure. That's one way of putting it. God. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You here to settle like the rest of this lot? Well, I don't know. For that eastward vibe, we'll go with no. I'm just passing through. That's usually the case with a big city. Just a little ways further up the same road. Where am I headed? Let's head for the city. Defiance Bay, the capital. Got its nice places and its not so nice places. Okay, cool. That sounds like my kind of operation. Not quite a veritable hive of scum and villainy. We could get some courtly intrigue going on, Could be good. Okay, let's head out. Apparently this other guy's a bit of a dud and probably won't be getting me water, making this whole shebang, a bit of a waste of time. Okay. Well...
Still waiting on Sparfell.
Yep, complete dud.
Ignored me again. If I'd known he wanted to slow us down, I'd have just tied him to the back of the wagon and dragged him. I'm sorry, you want your water, you better go find him. He's got all the skins.
Shit, come on, let's go look for him.
Okay, let's go and find Sparfell, who I presume is going to be over in one of those areas, those conspicuously empty areas that we searched before to no avail. Yeah, that's right, level designers. I know how you work.
What a surprise. Sparfell went hunting. At least he left the water skins.
You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water while Kalisha waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. You have gained an item, full water skin added to the stash. Out of the trees emerges Sparfell, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, his stride wobbly as he moves towards you with laboured breath.
Sparfell, are you alright?
Sparfell's toes catch on a rock, and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. Sounds good.
Ambush!
Oh crap. I accidentally unpaused it there, not knowing that it would auto-pause for me, so... You should go for him. You should get over here. You stag carnage. Try and keep focus on this guy. If we try and knock this guy down, reduce threat, and also probably increase our damage to him. Stag can come over here, finish the job if Kalisha can't. Yeah.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
So Stag took a bit of a hit, but everybody else seems pretty much fine. Oh, even our Stag didn't take a hit. Ah, professionally done, guys. Professionally done. See if that's better than our bow. That's the same. Well, she can keep the bow then, because frankly, all your characters should have a ranged weapon, even if that's not particularly their forte. It's because as soon as something flying comes at you or whatnot, you know, you're gonna want to have it. Oh, I see. Unlock. Oh no, we have a second weapon set. Okay. So we switch between those two weapon sets there. That's alright. This guy hasn't got any melee, so I should probably sort that out at some point. Maybe pop to here then.
What you need?
Okay, so we flip our weapon sets in here. Okay, that's all I needed to know.
I'm here.
Right. Well, shit's gone down. But I can't imagine our camp's in particularly good stead. I reckon this was all a crafty trick. Yeah, more dudes. Right. Okay. Stag Carnage. You can get on this guy. We'll attack this guy. Oh, there's more dudes than I thought. Shit. Let's get rid of this ranged guy. Will you attack him, please? Focus fire to some extent. Don't want to. Take more hits we like. Get rid of this ranged guy, and then we can start. Sort of stop worrying about it. We are taking damage this time, though. Okay, so they do auto fight to an extent, which is good. I've played plenty where that's not the case. Jesus Christ! I haven't seen that happen in a game in a long, long time. The proper gib. Like, old school. You scored a crit. A crit is a better result than a hit. Yeah, it must have been. Attack's accuracy is hard and target's defense. Right. Jesus Christ. He's exploded. I've missed that. Like, with the exception of Fallout, where it's sort of a perk you turn on, so it's not really the same. I might remember other weapon set is this ranger two hatchets. That'd be fun. That seems right.
I shall.
Oh no! Hang on. Oh shit! She's lost a little bit. F5 though. Yeah, as I suspected, everyone's been murdered. Brilliant. Clan Fathan leader. All around you lie the massacred remains of the other travellers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy. Kalisha puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away some poisonous vapour. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs of heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if half-split logs. One of them, towering and severe with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of the man you recognise as Heodan, the last of your caravan still left standing. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life, for a fight you will lose. Okay. So, we've got some options. Okay, so, yeah. As you'd expect, different abilities unlock certain options. I'm going to use my law because it's the only one that's sort of unlocked. The rest of them look like they were there already. So, this ruin has not been sullied by our hands. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. Oh, sorry. What's that? You now have one rank in the disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favoured by some people. Now, see, that's how it should be. Like, we've gotten to this sort of weird situation with, like, morality system in games where it's just this sort of big swingometer from good to evil. And it's like, no, some people are going to like some things you do. Other people are going to like other things. And, yeah, it's good to have a game where they're doing it properly. So Heodan says they mean to kill us all. I'm going to press the law aspect. Recognise his tribe. See if we can get his Galloway, and I don't know if that, I presume that's some kind of deity. See if we can get him to believe that this isn't what he wants to be doing, protecting this place. The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heodan winces, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued. Of course, but he would not, so I asked him to tell him to stop protecting the place. It is by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? It has always been known to my people. Yeah, you see, this is why religion is dangerous, right? I see. And what of Galawain's edict that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength? You think Galawain would want some mouldy, crumbling stones to survive long after their builders have turned to dust? He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heodan the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. So, still in combat, but Heodan's about. We've gained ourselves a party member. I'm pretty sure that's an optimal outcome. Okay. What have you got going on here then? Let's try and get the leader blinded. That seems like a good idea. I'm gonna focus fire on this guy, I think. Oh, stack carnage. And have Kalisha finish off the leader, hopefully. Okay, he'll be soon done. Let's get Kalisha to knock down this guy with the more health. While we can continue finishing off this dude. Oh. Right. Nicely done. I've still got it. Your enemy lies supine on the ground, unable to rise, his companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above. Forgive us! Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, and where it pierces you it feels as though it's rending you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom, slashed across the chest and bowel, Odima's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head, his eyes barely open. He looks directly at you.
Inside! Run!
He seems to know what's going on. I'm going to get inside. My stag seems pretty chill about it. Oh, I see. It's that kind of storm. Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hearden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who has been feigning death, lunges for Hearden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hearden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. Well, so I don't have the dexterity bit. I can fire at the attacker, but I reckon that will probably hit Hearden without the dexterity, or allow him to break free on his own. Crap. I quite like these little choose your own adventure bits, though. Like, that's a nice addition. Fuck it. Let's try and look like we're trying. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hearden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hearden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand. You pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked from their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hearden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling and wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Right, we'll see where we're at, and I think we'll leave it for this one. Yep, definitely going to keep this up. This is definitely my jam.
A Beerwick. Had to be.
I'm interested to see what these Beerwicks are. This is all new to me. It's nice to start, have a whole new sort of mythos to sort of delve into.
And we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Okay, so I'm going to give it a saving and we'll leave it there for today. But, yep, please tune in again. I was going to put TreWinter 1, but TreWinter is my my stag. So it's going to have to be DeCrib 1. We're going to call it here and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.